Okay, so
The dark place wouldn't let me go that way.
well, no shit. Wasn't even looking for trouble, just trying to find these the words of power here. Aha. Word of action. Makes Alan 35% harder for enemies to detect. Yeah, we'll do that one. In hindsight, I like to do all the words, but we'll see how plausible that is. All right, and then there's 3 up this way, back towards the alley. I kind of want to get most of these collectibles, and then we'll go ahead and continue on with the story, but now that I'm actually seeing the importance of upgrading, it's probably better in the long run to do so. Yeah, okay, so there's more in the alleyway. I just want to keep checking the map so I'm not, like, running past it. Alright, we're almost up on it. Looks like down here, maybe? Well, up the street here it says there's a word of power. I already ran past it. Wait. Up. There it is. Word of aid. We'll do prescription. It's word of stuff that I need to, upgrade more. So far, nothing. I probably gotta go up top to get it right. That's my only theory. Already got that one. Already got the one at the end of the... Wait, here, wait. Yeah. I'm curious what these question mark things are that it's pointing out on the map. But maybe try to go up top there, because it does say there's a break room up there, and then we'll go from there. Wait. So I mean, Alan only has one row of inventory left that he can do. Alright, let's see what happens when we go downstairs. Takes us upstairs. Okay. Yeah, so there's definitely got to be the word's definitely got to be here. What the fuck? Dude, what? There's literally no one here. Well...
Had I chosen to pursue the cult, or had they chosen me for some unknowable purpose?
We gotta get those collectibles all over
To be a
again.
demon, to sort the clues based on my interpretation, to change that which I observed. It was all a play. Shadows on the wall of the cave, an echo of the true events that happened somewhere else. Was I there to watch the shadows, or was I a shadow too? In a performance set up for someone else.
All right. So how many words did we actually find before we died? There's one back here, there's one down the street here. We had those two on the rooftop that we were trying to go for, and then they killed us. Alright. And then we'll see once we get these, that way if we die again, it doesn't reset everything. But I feel like the game's gonna get like harder and harder, so it's better in the long run if we actually like get these collectibles or upgrades rather.
The city was not real. I was limited to the confines of the dream.
I feel like we should save the game when you upgrade. Like that'd be a much better mechanic. Alright. So we've gotten those words now. We've gotten those words, we've gotten that echo. There's one echo we obviously can't get. I want to go back into the Ocean View Hotel real quick before we go back onto the roof again. Just because I want to see if there's any words in here that we're missing. Yeah, there's one on the second floor. In the hallway. Alright, let's go back up and get that one then. Wrong way.
Wake. Alan, wake. Wake.
Okay, hit the save point. Haha. Got it. Alright, so that's everything in here aside from those containers that we can't, for some reason, look at. Go ahead and save that again.
Wake.
Alright. Let's just be thorough here in the alleyway. So I'm pretty sure we do have to go up to the roof there. Right, 'cause there's nothing back here either. We already got that one. Alright.
Alan, wake.
Let's try this again. There's a container there.
Wake. Alan Wake.
I see the words.
Alan Wake. Alan Wake. There is no Alan Wake. Wake.
There's one all the way by the
This isn't your story. Alan Wake. I just want to go. Wake.
All right. Save that, 'cause you know they're gonna be coming for me. Okay, well there's the echo that we can get.
This city will suck you dry if you stay here for too long. You'll end up a lost soul, haunting the streets and alleys. A faded out shadow, glimpsed by some other poor bastard on his way toward the same fate. Your broken dreams become a broken mirror, and the twisted reflection staring back at you with all the pent-up anger, regret, guilt, and shame was the monster you could never get away from.
Okay, that wasn't the echo that we couldn't find though. Now those words we already got. Or did those count? Because... Hang on a second. Let me go back down and do that again. Alright. Now let me go back up and try to get the words from this angle. Okay, it's not those ones then. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so let's save those so we got those words now. And then when we get back downstairs to where the story objective is...
It was using darkness as a weapon.
Wake. Having your story. Story is a monster.
Obviously don't want to waste the charges for my flashlight, so... I will see you guys later. Okay, now... do that one. Do that one again. Do this one. And that one. And that one. Alright. Now. Back to our point of destination. Alright. I wonder what info Alice's documentary is going to have for us this time. Because you know she's not actually going to be there.
Go to hell!
Return, initiation 6.
Alice had turned the bathroom into a dark room.
Looks like she was developing some pictures.
I
Door's
needed to
locked.
get inside the manuscript.
Hey Alice, everything good bit with you back home? Just checking in. Tried to call but couldn't reach you. You're probably just deep in your creative process. I know how you artists get when you're in the middle of your project. Everything else disappears. If you call back and can't reach me, I'm doing whatever it is an executive producer is supposed to do. Still a mystery to me. Oh, and if you want me to help with anything business related to your exhibition, just say the word. Your pal Barry. Hey Alice, Sharks circling. They now want to turn what happened to Al into a movie and/or a TV show and/or get this, a fucking video game. I told them to fuck off. Also, in case you hear about this from someone else, a true crime writer named Tammy Booker is working on a book about Al. I hunted down her publisher and told them we'll sue. Don't worry, I've got you covered. Your pal Barry. Hey Alice, checking in because I haven't heard from you. Everything good back there? I've been trapped in non-stop meetings with no breaks. Open kimono. I have considered peeing in a mug and lunches be damned. How these people ever get a movie made when they all they do is sit in meetings is beyond me. Your pal Barry. Hey Alice, you're gonna think I've been replaced by an evil devil, but I've joined a cult and I love it. Joking about it being a cult, kind of. Blessed wellness retreat. Working with Al or the Andersons was tough sometimes, but these movie biz types are insane. My stress levels were through the roof, but then I was But then I was tipped off by the retreat, the best decision I have ever made. I have never felt this good and well healthy. The guy who runs this place, Chester, is a goddamn miracle worker, not a wacko in any way. I know you think I'm full of shit, but I have lost a ton of weight. You wouldn't recognize me. Chester says I'm lucky to have ended up here, that something bad wouldn't happen to me if I stayed in New York. I believe him. I wasn't feeling great after everything that happened, especially after those SBC creepos wanted to chat with me, enough to turn anyone into a conspiracy nut. I hope you're good over there. Come visit anytime. West Coast is not as bad as I made it sound in my earlier mails. Your pal Barry. Hey Alice, I'm more a fish out of water in Hollywood than I ever was in the Pacific Northwest wilderness. These yuppies with their glow-in-the-dark teeth couldn't be more fake if they had 6 fingers, and everything isn't so fucking great all the time, even when it's in fact the opposite. More than once I've thrown up in my mouth during meetings with these movie exec jerks. But I gotta be here to look after Al's legacy. Everyone wants to gobble up the film rights for the Casey books, and they have moronic ideas of what to do with them. It's my duty to herd this horde of tan zombies into the general direction of something resembling good taste. I'm painfully aware of how deeply Al would have hated adaptations if they didn't do justice to his vision. He was a master of hating things deeply, for good reasons, I mean. That's why we loved it so much, right? Anyway, gotta hop on another video call now to talk about casting. Your pal Barry. So Barry's been trying to reach out to Alice for 2 years now.
For months after Ellen died, I didn't leave the apartment. I was flattened by the confusion, the shock, the guilt, fear. I could barely get out of bed. Barry Wheeler started visiting. He even cooked me meals. I couldn't stand the guy when I first met him, but he's a better friend than I gave him credit for. And he still checks in, even after he moved out west.
Part 2-1. So she's still haunted by Alan's disappearance,
Alice's
but
work had consumed the apartment.
Barry checks in with
Her
her.
whole life.
One morning, I saw a deer soar past my bedroom window. It was a balloon of some cartoon animal. And I looked out at the street below, and I saw a little girl crying. Like losing that balloon had just ended her whole world. It was the perfect image of the horror of caring. And that's when I got myself out of bed. And I picked up my camera.
Part 2 of 2. Or rather, part 2, I should say.
There was something in the dark. Something I needed to see, to show. The more shadows I photographed and filmed, the more I felt like I was on the verge of a breakthrough. I submerged myself in it. I only went out at night. My search became obsessive, but I still had no idea what I was looking for.
Part 2-3.
There's a world hidden behind ours. A dark tide ebbing and flowing against reality. Faces in the shadows. Fear of the dark is really just fear of what could be, that vast paralyzing ocean. But photography can freeze reality in a snapshot, put a cage around the infinite and capture it. I need to prove those faces are really there.
The Dark Place, The Art of Alice Wake.
The full manuscript of a novel. Return. A horror story about the dark presence escaping from the dark place, taking over Bright Falls. I couldn't remember writing it. I had not written it. I would never write this. I knew who had. Scratch. A monster with my face. If this story came true, Scratch would get out, people would die. Destroying the manuscript, it wouldn't stop it from happening. I would have to fix it, edit it. I could not change the genre of the story. I'd have to work within the constraints set by Scratch. I needed someone in the story to fight the darkness. Saga Anderson. I kept seeing her in my visions. She was already in Bright Falls, already involved, but she was not in Return. Not yet.
Okay, so
Try to stop Scratch within the limits of the horror story. It was almost impossible. It was taking too long. I had not reached the end.
holy shit, dude.
Some say
That it loops forever this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it loops forever this road. So, pretty much what happened is that it looks like my theory so far has been correct. Maybe correct, actually, in the sense that Scratch wrote this, Scratch could have possibly written this story of Return, and Scratch wrote himself into the story. Maybe it's Scratch, not Alan in the dark, maybe it's not Scratch that's in the... Maybe it's not Alan that's in the real world. Maybe it's Scratch that's in the real world, and Alan modified the story to have Saga be the one to stop it all. And that's what's going on here.
Scratch stopped me before I could finish my edits to the manuscript. The memory of my edits was already fading. Terrible things would happen if the manuscript came true. Scratch was there, at Parliament Tower, undoing my work. He could use the story to escape. He could go after Alice. I needed a new draft of the story. One that would get me ahead of Scratch.
Alright. So she made 4 parts, 4 halves of part 2. She made a full part 1, 4 halves of part 2. So like looks like it's gonna be it's a 7-part thing. So there's gonna be a part 3 and there's gonna be 2 chunks of part 3. 4 more things for the writer's journey. 1 more thing for the Night Springs collection. We're missing one echo here. Got all the echoes for draft 2. We're missing 2 echoes here. Still got a couple more songs to unlock. Got one more song for the Old Gods to unlock. Alright. We gotta keep writing.
Zane had said we worked on Return together. That was a lie. Scratch wrote Return. I would pay Zane another visit. He had guided me to 2 murder sites. I needed a new one to get back to Parliament Tower. A new draft of Initiation.
The studio is flooded. Masks, Initiation 7. So we gotta talk to Mr. Door. I think because we just did Initiation 6 as Alan, and our most recent Saga chapter was Initiation 5. Initiation 5 was Return 5. So I think we should do Return 6 as Saga, and then when it goes to the next part for her, then we'll come back here to Alan, maybe. But both stories are picking up in pretty huge ways. You have Saga realizing, obviously, that Odin and Tor are really... Sorry. You have Saga realizing that Odin and Tor really are her relatives, and then you have Alan, who is sort of coming to grips with the fact that he has to, like, edit the story, and that, like, Scratch somehow manipulated the story that he wrote, and he ended up modifying the story to have Saga Anderson be, like, the hero in all this to save the day. And obviously more of discovering Alice's whole journey through searching for Alan as a whole. Barry checking in on the side. It kind of sucks that Barry hasn't been, like, a real, like, part of the story, like, as, like, an actual, like, I guess, like, physical on-screen character, and more just, like, communicating, like, to you through emails and stuff. So it's good that he still has a presence, but it would have been nice to, like, see him show up, like, in the story, like, you know. I'm giving, like, a little mini review now. I need to stop. But yeah, so I'm very curious as to where the story is going to head next. But with that being said, we're going to go back to Saga and see what happens next for her side of the story.